Okay, this is a video for in class today, 922, solving one variable inequalities. We're going to solve and graph the solution set on a number line. What you're going to do is you got to get your variables on one side and then numbers on the other side, and make sure that if you are dividing or multiplying by a negative number that you flip your signs. So if you divide or multiply by negative, switch your signs. Okay, so I'm going to move the 4y over here. Move the 2 to the other side. So I get negative 5 is less than y, or y is greater than negative 5. If you move the 5 over, you would have had to divide by a negative and flip your sign. On a number line, I'm going to shorthand this. If you have number lines that are given to you, please use those number lines that are given to you. But if not, please you can shorthand this. And what I'm asking you to do here is you gotta pay attention. So, negative 5. This is it is greater than, it's not equal to, so it's an open circle. If that line was underneath it, you would fill it in, so it's an open circle. And I want all the numbers that are greater than negative 5. So a number greater than negative 5, I plugged in 0. 0's over here. Is 0 greater than negative 5? That answer is yes. So if I test 0, that works. Then I shade this way. You're on the line, it's bigger than your graph, you shade it in. If you plugged in negative 10 is not bigger than negative 5, so negative 10's over here. Doesn't work, so don't shade there. I always test a point. I do not do the secret, but if you do write it variable, inequality, the number, that does tell you which way you should shade your arrows. Excuse me. So on the next one, I have a negative 3p on the right. I'm going to move this here and just get a little bit closer. There we go. So I'm going to divide by negative 0.3, divide by negative 0.3. So in my calculator, which I don't have, it's going to be 40, but I divided by negative, so I got to switch here, p, so 12 divided by 3 is 4, divided by 0.3 is 40, so this is negative 40. So on my number line, remember I switched the sign, I have negative 40. It's a closed circle because it's equal to. I want all the numbers bigger than 40 because negative 40 is less than or equal to 40. So if I pick 0, is 0 bigger than 40? The answer is yes. So I shade this way. I don't do the trick of rewriting, but if you rewrote it, p is greater than or equal to negative 40. Make sure it's always eating the same variable. It's like an alligator. This one here is a two-step, so multiply by 2, negative 2x is greater than x minus 7. I did not have to switch my sign because I only multiplied by a 2, not a negative 2. Minus x, negative 3x is greater than negative 7, divided by negative 3. I divided by a negative, so I gotta switch my sign, so I get x is greater, switch my sign, and I don't have any whiteout tape with me. X is less than 7/3, so negative divided by negative is a positive, so on my number line, 7/3, it's an open circle. It's facing this way if you use the trick. Or what's the number less than 7/3? 0 is here, 10 is here. 0 is less than, so I'm going to shade this way. I always check. I never use the trick. I may come back and double check with the trick, but I don't do that normally. This one has a little bit more going on. This 4 point is not a part of the problem. You may not subtract this to get 2 first. These are two different things. You have -4 times this, or you have 6 minus the quantity of 4 times 6n plus 70. So what I would do first is I would move the 6. So -4 times 6n plus 70 is greater than or equal to 122 minus 6, which would be 116. Divide by -4, divide by -4. 6n plus 70. I divided by negative, so I need to switch my sign. -29 plus 70 plus 70. 6n is less than or equal to -29 plus 70, so 30 would give me 40. So 41. So this is 41. And I may be off on my math. I'm doing this without a calculator right now, and don't trust myself, but sounds about right. Let's see if I can find a calculator real quick on my computer. Just to double check. 122 minus 6 divided by -4. Oops. Yep. Divide by 6. Divide by 6. N is less than or equal to 41/6. This is the best thing about the math, is that I just leave it as a fraction. And so on my number line, 41/6, 0, 100. Didn't need to pick 100, I could have picked 10. But if I plug in 0, 0 is less than or equal to 41/6. The answer is yes. So solid, because it's equal to. That line underneath makes that dot solid. Do not draw above your graphs. Put them on top of the number lines. That's the first half. The second half is word problems, so I will do the word problems in the second video.